What's the best bank to get a HELOC with?
Yeah, good question. There isn't one bank, right? In the HELOC world, even if you have federal charter status, there's a lot of banks that don't like to get outside of their footprint of where their customers are. So there may be a really great bank in Michigan that we've identified as the top bank in Michigan, but that's okay. That's great for people in Michigan. For instance, we've got a bank in New York. They have a promo rate that is 0% for 12 months. That is the current promo. Now, promos come and go, banks come and go, especially in this market, but it's 0% for 12 months, but they only serve people in New York. Those are two different banks. So if you want to, what is the number one bank for the entire country? There isn't one. It depends on your financial situation and where you're located geographically. And that's why we have a team that we've investigated now over 1,500 banks and credit unions nationwide, and we've determined the top 100 out of that to serve the entire country. So there's not one. It depends if you're in South Carolina. It depends. Let me give you another example. I hate to confuse the situation, but some banks will only give a HELOC up to $250,000. Some will only give a HELOC up to $500,000. Some will do millions. Okay, if you're in California, $250,000 may not be enough to, one, replace your mortgage or, do anything with. Okay, well, that's not a good one for you. Maybe they had really cool terms and features, but it's not enough access to equity to really mess with. So the situations are vastly different, and that's why you need to work with a professional to properly design it and consult with, and has already done all the legwork and said, okay, based on your scenario, we've analyzed it, here are the top 5 that make the most sense given your situation. So, hate to say it depends again, but there is no one bank. The easiest way to get started, and I'm going to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, is not just immediately contact us, which you can. We're not beneath that. Feel free. If you haven't digested any of our information, call us. We're here to help. We're here to serve. But to be most efficient with your time and our time is we have tons of free information. You go to our website, Replace University, specifically if it's Replace Your Mortgage, sign up for the beginner and intermediate course, watch that. It's going to be several hours, and digest it in your car. You can listen to it. It's video-based. If you want to watch the videos, then you're watching me teach it. I don't know why that would be attractive or entertaining, so just listen to it if you want to. So just be efficient with your time and go through it, and it's going to give you a solid foundation so that when we actually do our free consultation with you, we're making the most efficient use of each other's time. Now your questions are much better, because I don't want you to start on something and then you're like, after you started, you're like, holy crap, now I have anxiety because I didn't ask this, or I don't know this. Now you've got the foundation, and you can set up a consultation with us where we will sit down and analyze your situation and figure out what makes the most sense for you. Is it first lien? Is it second lien? Is it a business line of credit? Is it a personal line of credit? Is it a commercial line of credit? And what banks make the most sense for your situation, where you're located, because they're all so vastly different. So I wish it was as, we live in a zip drive reality where it's like, I want it now. This is what I want. I want it now. What's the answer? Sorry, we got to do a little bit of homework. I would rather teach you to fish than give you a fish. It's easy to just name off a couple banks, but I could also hand you a loaded gun when you've never had any gun training, and you shoot yourself in the foot. And that's essentially what you could do financially with a home equity line of credit if you don't at least have a foundation to work with.